Well, we can't control what happens, only how we react to it. It's something Jeff Toga lives by. It's been 2 years since his paramedic son Stephen was killed on the job, his life tragically taken by a mentally ill man. This committed dad is hitting the road in his campaign to keep all frontline workers safe.
Stephen's law is a way to make Stephen immortal.
When Jeff Toga was told his paramedic son Stephen had been murdered, his world fell apart.
We still have our days where we cry ourselves to sleep to know what had happened and how it had happened, right? That hurt. That was at the very beginning. That was the morning we got the phone call, there's been a stabbing. You imagine how that felt.
The 29-year-old paramedic was stabbed to death in a McDonald's car park 2 years ago today. His killer was charged with murder, but found not criminally responsible due to mental health impairment.
Stephen's killer got away with murder.
A father, furious, but also pragmatic. He describes the Toga family's life since Stephen's murder like chapters in a book.
The story so far, chapter 1 was the act. That was crushing. Chapter 2 is the trial and the build up to the trial and what happened at the trial and how disappointed we were with how we were treated and it's a whole new pain, you know. And then chapter 3 is the fight for change, and that is also a whole different set of circumstances that it means you need different mental clarity to be able to handle that as well.
And that fight for change comes in the form of what he calls Stephen's Law, its aim to protect frontline workers.
All frontline workers, not just paramedics. We're talking about police, we're talking about fireys, teachers, government employees and their contractors, nurses, doctors, secretaries, you name it. If you're dealing with the public, you should be covered by this.
Primarily, Stephen's Law will focus on body-worn cameras, stab vests and mandatory minimum prison sentences for offenders. And Jeff Toga is using the power of persuasion to get the message across.
It may sound crass, but it's an opportunity too important to be wasted to not take action, to have change come from what happened.
Hey guys, how are you?
Today, he's hitting the road.
There you go, mate. Thank you very much.
A crusade to slap Stephen's Law stickers on ambulances, a plan backed by the state government.
What we're trying to do is get as much awareness into as many electorates as possible.
He wants every ambulance in New South Wales to spread the word.
I speak to people about the pebble in the pond, the ripples travel out. Here we are. You're involved now. You've been touched by the ripples.
I think what's interesting about it too is it's a simple sticker, but a big message.
This has become my purpose for that very reason. This keeps me going.
While this is a man who harbours no hate, he does want change.
The trial showed us exactly why it happened and how it happened. And realistically, he's as big a victim as what we are, because he was allowed to get to that point due to the mental health system. I'm sorry for his family. In a way, I'm sorry for him as well, but I have to put it aside, and it can't eat into me like he could let it if he were that kind of person. My son had to die for this fella to get the mental health treatment that he needs.
This is just so important to you, isn't it, mate?
I read a comment that said, you can't control what happens to you, you can only control how you react to it. That's given me such strength over the last 2 years to be able to be in control and control the narrative.
This is what you do.
And make no mistake, Jeff Toga is in control.
That's what I mean, see?
So in 100 years' time, people will say, what's that Stephen's Law about? And they'll look it up and they'll know what happened.
What do you think Stephen would think about what you're doing now? How would he react to what you're doing?
I often say, the next time I bump into my boy, I hope he's proud of me. I think he will be. I'm pretty sure he's running the show in the background.
And we don't doubt that for a second, Jeff. And we thank you for everything you're doing to keep those on the front line safe. You're a good man.